For experiment 10, we were given an unknown that we had to use many different lab techniques to identify. The results were then compared to a list of possible knowns. The unknown that I received was labeled AP. The first lab technique that I used was melting point analysis. To do melting point analysis, you have to use a capillary tube and a very small amount of your unknown. The unknown is then packed tightly into the end of the capillary tube by bouncing it through a glass tube. When it is firmly set at the bottom of the tube, you place it into a mel temp. Once the mel temp starts reading, you have to watch the range from when it first starts melting to when it completely melts. The next lab technique you used was IR spectroscopy. To do this technique, you place a small amount of your unknown and a small amount of KBr in a mortar and pestle. The solution was then finely ground into a fine powder and then placed in a bolt between two wrenches and firmly packed. The small, thin layer was then placed in the IR spectroscopy and waited for the results to be calculated. After they were calculated, an IR graph was shown. This was used to identify any functional groups that were present in the compound. The unknown that I had, I identified as 9-fluorine. It has a molecular formula of cis13H8O. The molecular weight is 180.202 grams per mole. Its melting point that I found was 83 to 85 degrees Celsius. And the functional groups were an aromatic ring and a ketone, which can be seen in the IR graphs. It is soluble in water because this was tested by pouring a small amount of water onto the small amount of unknown, and it dissolved completely. The conclusion of this experiment, the unknown AP was identified to be 9-fluorine. Many of the compounds could immediately be ruled out due to the color that the unknown appeared. The yellow observed was consistent with only a few of the known compounds. The melting point analysis of the compound had results of 81 to 85 degrees Celsius. This was cross-referenced with the known melting point of 9-fluorine, which was 84 to 87 degrees Celsius. Once the IR spectrum was complete, it was cross-referenced with a known IR peak for that compound. The peaks did slightly vary in intensity and absorbance, but were close enough to show that they still contained the same functional groups. The color of the compound was a major indicator. The melting point ranges were relatively close. The IR spectrum was slightly different, but could still be shown that they were the same. The reason for the IR spectrum to be slightly different was due to the fact that a small contamination could have been in the unknown when analyzing it. Using these lab techniques, the unknown AP was identified as 9-fluorine.